Hello and welcome to the BTSF for PokéSins Season 1 Episode 48, Holy Matrimony. I really like this episode, combining the fact that it does go into James's backstory, and James is actually probably one of my favourite characters from the show. It goes into his backstory, shows how sympathetic his backstory is, that he's not going into crime because he likes crime, he's going into crime as a form of escapism from control, I guess, is sort of his psychology. Although why he'd work so closely with someone who is a bloody clone of his fiancée, I have no idea. Combining that with the complexity of Jessebelle's character and the whole sex dungeon thing, I've really enjoyed this episode. And yes, I actually quite liked the whole sex dungeon thing being in it, because it's just so weird, it's so different, and it's not the sort of thing you see in many animes, or cartoons, or TV, really, at all. And it wasn't overtly a sex dungeon, it was just when you look at it in the right way, that is quite clearly what it is, and with Misty in particular's embarrassment at what she was seeing, that is definitely what it is. But when I was a child, I didn't think twice about it. I just didn't like Jessebelle because, you know, she wasn't nice to James. But the truth of the matter is that she is. Jessebelle loves James. You can see it in her eyes when she's talking to him. Her eyes glitter when she's looking at him. And that's why she's stuck around for 10 years, this person who is obviously a high-class member of society, who could have her pick of men, and yet she's stuck around for 10 years waiting for James. Yeah, she's into some really weird stuff, but, you know, James is weird too, and it's just the fact that she kept telling him what to do that he ran away. If anything, her flaw is that she's too self-righteous, and I reckon that if James actually bloody spoke to her about it, which I doubt he ever tried to do when they were children, and if so, when you're a child, you just don't change like that. But if he, sat down with her and tried to explain it as equals, like if they went through with the marriage or something, then I do actually think that she might change because of how much she loves him. But yes, this episode was hilarious fun, and I had so much fun scripting it. Just all of the sex dungeon stuff. And I'm surprised nobody's complained that I kept saying sex dungeon. Also, I believe I've mentioned in the past about my affinity for gas masks. So I just wanted to address the fact that I didn't give a plus for Jessebelle's gas mask, and that's because it wasn't very cool looking. I don't know, I just didn't like it. I like the ones with two filters on the front. I'm okay with the sort of World War ones with the sort of one filter in the centre, but her one I just didn't really like. As for outtakes, there are quite a few for this one, but only for a few separate lines. Just one or two caught me in ways that I could not get past, so enjoy that. God, this is one of the... God, this is... Oh, bloody hell, that hurts. God, this... Oh no, I need a drink. Jesus Christ, hang on. Oh, it's right to the back of my throat. God, this is one of the most stupid things in this bloody season. Just imagine the conversation. Hey, future parents-in-law, can I set up a torture? Missed one. I love I love that. If it's any consolation, If it's any consolation, fuck's sake. If it's any consolation, I can't get it right now. If it's any consolation, she seems. If it's any consolation, fuck's sake. Bloody hell. She seems. If it's any consolation, fucks. Oh, fucking hell. If it's any consolation, she seems to have mellowed a tad. If you know what I mean. The ground floor wall caves inwards, but Meowth and Flessy jie out the roof. I'm not doing these on purpose, I swear. As for cut content, this is one of the few times where I've written it and then I've censored myself in a way other than just sort of bleeping it out. Because I don't tend to censor sort of my immediate thoughts on these, as you can tell with some of my exclamations. But in this case, it didn't work. It's a phrase I say a lot. Well, not a lot, but I say it when I'm sort of incredibly shocked as I was at one point in this, but I decided to tone it down a bit because it really didn't look right written down. And that phrase was Jesus buggery, which I say when I'm just really shocked, and it would have been Jesus buggery this episode aired, because I was just flabbergasted that got on to a kid's show, really. But it's like, oh, that doesn't look right written down. I'll just tone it back to Jesus Christ and that'll be fine. So I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. Some people have noticed that it shares the same score with the Bridge Bike Gang, which is another Team Rocket backstory episode, but it is complete coincidence. For those who've been wondering, thank you very much for watching. Please consider pledging to my Patreon, linked in the description, for early access to new episodes, as well as exclusive access to Season 3 of PokéSins now, and I will catch you later.